Okay. So yeah, you kind of heard me scream. So I went to, I'm gonna start this with something that happened. I went to a training on Tuesday for my after school program. And I went to a different region training. And one of the presenters was talking about putting links of the, like video links to Google Slides. So they were teaching us how to use Google Slides. I mean, I know how to use them, but they were teaching us cool ways to use them. So they were showing us how to put a link of a YouTube video, and the presenter was talking about how every time he sees the videos, people go, "Hey guys," or "What's up guys," or all this stuff. And I thought it was funny because if I go back to my videos, I always go like, "Hey guys," or "Hi, how are you?" and I wave my hands. So my goal this month is to start the video with something different, like Elmo. So yeah, anyways, I could say hello now. Hello. This is my embellishment box. I just created it like, let's see, like a couple hours ago, and I had to make all these the sections and write measurements and stuff like that. When I make things, I never really measure anything. I just kind of go with it. I mean, I do measure, but I don't like determine. I just kind of go with it and see how it's gonna work out and think, oh, maybe I could add this or I could add that. So there's my embellishment box. It's made out of basically the items I used to make the box itself without adding all the little embellishments in there was white paper, cardstock paper. I mean, this is cardstock, but like the thicker cardstock is harder to fold. Not harder to fold, but like when you fold, it seems like it's ripping, but it still works. And then this one's like thinner cardstock. Wrapping paper and glue. So those were the 3 items I used. Then obviously there's a pen, washing stuff that I added. So really quick, I'm gonna tell you what an embellishment box is. And it's a little box that contains envelopes that contain embellishments. So for example, right here, it says washi. I didn't put washi yet because the way the box was made was not exactly that. I think the washi's on this one. But I was just writing things just to kind of record the video. It's a little pocket. And if you guys follow Pop Fizz Paper on her Instagram chooses her project video, she made these little envelopes using some of her papers that people chose on her, like voting on her thing. And I thought those envelopes were so cute. So I wanted to make an envelope that had actual like thickness so you could add more stuff in it. I thought embellishment would be cool. So that's why I have like stickers and stuff like that. So I made these envelopes and they're kind of wide. You could add plenty of stickers. Like right here I have stickers and a roll of washi, and it fits, and then it closes, and see it fits. Now you'll see later in the video that I made a mistake here, and not really a mistake, it's just a different step to it. These are too thin when I could make them wider, so it actually fits like this one. See how it's like fits perfectly. The width of this side is the width of that, but hey, it worked. Now right here I added some die cuts, and they're basically little stamps that I watercolor and cut out. But you could actually add die cuts, put them in like those little jewelry plastic Ziploc thingy baggies. You could put that there, and yeah, so there we go. That's the embellishment box. You could add any details you want to the cover. I added washi. I did write it. It'll be cute if you use stickers or a stamp ahead of time before you fold everything. So yeah, so if you want to see how I made this and you want to try it out, keep watching. I will show you step by step how to score, cut, and glue. But yeah, keep watching and just let me know what you think. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna start with a regular sliced paper, and you're gonna use your paper trimmer. Okay. Oops, I just dropped everything. Okay. I think I dropped my embellishments for this project. Let me put them to the side so they're out of the way. There we go. Okay. So you're gonna use a whole sheet of white paper, regular 8.5 by 11, and I'm gonna show you how you're gonna cut it to make the little box. so to make the box. Isn't it cute? Okay, so I hope you can see it. If not, I'll maybe post a picture on my Instagram with the measurements, but I'll pause it. I'll go through every measurement, that way you guys get it. I mean, I won't pause it, you can pause it. I'll go through the measurements. So first of all, what I did was cut off part of the paper. So you see, you're not gonna use the whole paper, so you're just gonna cut off 1 inch of the paper. So you want it in a 8.5 by 10 instead of by 11. Then you're gonna score it. If you have a scoring board, awesome, use that. It's easy. If not, you're actually gonna have to use a ruler to measure. Or what I do is use my paper cutter. And if you have a paper cutter with like a blade like this, it might be easier. I don't know how with the rotary blade, I don't know how it works, but this is the one I use. So what I did was score at 1/2, 3, 3, 3, 1/2. Again, 1/2, 3, 3, 3, 1/2. The way I did that was, let me show you here. I lined it up with where I want it, so I wanted 1/2, so I lined it up with the 1/2. Hope you guys can see it. And then, instead of cutting it, I grabbed a pencil or something pointy and try to go in the middle where the line, where the cutting like indent's at, and just slowly created a crease. And I hope you can see the crease there. And that's how I made the crease. I know I do have a scoring board, but I was trying to find a way that you wouldn't need a scoring board. But that's the way I did it. Again, you could do it with your ruler where you measure 1/2 on the top, 1/2 at the bottom, make a line. Grab your ruler, trace. And even if you trace with a pencil like this, it's not without the lead, it would still make the crease, and then you can fold it. Then you're going to go this way, the long way. The long way, you're gonna score at 3, 2.5, 3. So this one's just 2 scoring thingies. So at 3, 2.5, and this is gonna be 3 inches by default by the fold. Now you're gonna crease everything. You're gonna crease everything. Now when you cut it, these excess are the ones you're not gonna use. So you're gonna grab your scissors, you could grab your paper cutter and stuff like that. Now this square right here is 3 by 3, and then the same thing with this one. So what you're gonna do is put little flaps right there. They don't have to be perfect, I just kind of sketch them, as long as there's some kind of flap. So you're just gonna cut there, there. If you want to measure exactly, maybe 1/2 inch. The same thing on that side, and the same thing on that side. That's where we're gonna have our little flaps, and you can make those lines. Now we're gonna cut from the edge all the way to this. So see how there's this little rectangle right here? You're gonna cut from the edge to that point on this side, that side, that side, and that side, which means you're gonna cut all these excess. And you could pause it if you need it. So what I'm doing on the crease, cut all the way across. There we go. And then right here, I just kind of slant it a little bit to have that crease right there. You could do it here too, you don't have to. Now do the same thing on this side. And then slant right there. And this does look overwhelming. I was frustrated a little bit because I knew what I wanted to do, but then I accidentally cut too much or too little, and I was like, ah. But I managed to do it. I managed to do 3 boxes. Okay, so now this side right here, the last one, there, and then there. Now it looks like that. Now this part, which I'm not going to glue it because I already have one that's kind of glued, but I'm going to show you. You're going to fold these right here, crease them right there. You're going to put adhesive or glue. I am actually using this Tombow liquid glue thingy to glue these. I don't know where my adhesives are at. They're somewhere. I know they exist, they're somewhere, but I just didn't, I was just too lazy, so I used that. And that's what I do most of the time, just find what I have and do it. So I put glue right here, put glue right there, and you could tell I have glue on my hands, so yeah. On this side and that side, so all sides. And then, I didn't cut it all the way straight there, but you get the idea. And then right here on these two, you're gonna put glue on this, on the inside. So this one, you have to fold and put glue. This one, you unfold and put glue. Now, this glue is gonna connect to this one, and this one's gonna connect to that one. Like a box. And then these two are gonna connect to that. So when you glue them, it's gonna look like a box like this. Now these flaps, the glue's inside, you're gonna press it down, and this is gonna hold, it's gonna give it an extra support to hold those sides. So you have a little box, and this box is 3 by 3 by 2.5. So these sides, the top and bottom, are 3 by 3. These are 2.5 by 3. If you're like geometry, that's what it is. Okay, so now I have a complete box right here. Now I cut a piece of wrapping paper, and this paper is so cute. This was one of the papers I bought when I did the other challenge, and I had the splatter one. But yeah, then yesterday I found one with feathers, which I'll try to do something. But this it is. I cut this paper to 10 by 9. As long as it's, yeah, 10 by 9 should be fine. Let me see right here. You can see the squares. The Dollar Tree paper has squares on the back and the inside, which is really nice for projects like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, because you're gonna have a lot of extra. So 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 10 by 10, 10 by 11, 11 by 11, a square will be fine. Now, I glued it. I made a crease right here. I'm gonna make a crease right here. Now, you could tell that this thing in here is 2.5 by 3. So you could easily pre-fold this. I didn't do it. So, sorry, I keep moving it around trying to figure out how to explain the next part. Now, for this part, what I did was I put the ones that had the 3 right here, so you can see those lines, so I could actually cut straight through them. So, what you're gonna do is cut all the way to the corner. Obviously, be neater. All the way to the corner. Turn it around and do the same thing to this side, the one that's the 3 inches wide, because it's easier to follow those guidelines. Now, if the paper doesn't have squares, you just have to use the ruler to make it straight from the edge to that. And this is, I use this side because, again, it's easier to follow. Okay, now, these ones are going to be the last things you glue right here. Now, see how this is uneven? If if that bothers you, just cut a little bit so it's the same length. So it would be like 3 1/4 and 3/4 or something. So cut like right there. If that bothers you, I don't care. Now, this part right here, there's supposed to be lines right here, but they don't line up. So I have to estimate. So what I'm gonna do is cut on the line that's further away from the dot, like the next line. I'm just gonna cut across. The same thing on this side. This is a line, but it's not in the corner, so I'll go to the next one. Okay, do the same to the other side. There. And when I did the other one, I was just trying to cut like triangles and all this stuff. It was just too much work, and right now I just kind of figure this out. Okay, so now it's the gluing part. I already glued the bottom part so it doesn't move. So I'm gonna glue this part first, like the wider ones. So what I'm gonna do is just put glue all over it, and then put glue all over that one. I wasn't perfect. If you use some other kind of adhesive that's not wet, it might make it easier to have a flat, not wrinkly paper, but I am still using the wet glue. Okay, and be careful, because again, if I put too much glue, it's up there. Now, before I glue these ends, you're gonna see how these ones are too long, so I'm just gonna cut like a triangle like this. You don't have to. You could do that. Again, let me move. Oh, I'm gonna have glue all over. You don't have to do that. The other thing you could do is cut straight. Let me see. So cut straight, and then slanted or straight. Let's see this one. Or you could just cut straight like this. But I like to do the slanted thing. I don't know why. It makes me feel like when they bind those, like you cover the books and they have those corners are all neat. But yeah. Ignore the glue. My table's full of glue. Okay, now you're gonna fold these to the sides to the side. If you need more glue, add more glue. Don't be afraid. The reason why you cut these, especially if I could have cut that one slanted, is so there's not too much bulk. But this paper's so thin that there's not gonna be much bulk. Now, see, I need more glue on this one. And you just make sure you press it down. Now you're gonna put glue on this. Press it down in there, and on that one, press it down. Oops, keeps going out of. Okay, now this one, just all the way, all the way. Okay, so just press it down, and then fold it inwards. Again, you guys get to do this slower, and you could pause the video to see what I'm trying, like what I'm explaining, and rewind it if you need to. So there's my box. Okay, it's super cute. I like it. I love this wrapping paper, and I'm glad I was able to use it. Now, if you know how to wrap a box, you might be able to do this. If you're good at gift wrapping, you might be able to do the paper without doing all these instructions. Okay, now for the inside, they're little envelopes, and these little envelopes, I'm gonna put embellishments. You probably saw at the beginning of the video how they're kind of done. This is before I finished the beginning of the video. Okay, so they're little envelopes, and I got this idea because of Pop Fizz Paper. She did like a Instagram chooses your project, and she made little envelopes. And I thought those were so cute, and I wanted to do something with like some kind of envelope. So I did this. And I think I might have explained this at the beginning. But yeah, so these are another step, more instructions, more measurements. So if you want to just leave it like that and fill it up with goodies, you could do that. But I wanted to do this so I could put different levels, different size envelopes to fill them with goodies. Now, when you do these, I did them in a specific way. You could do them different way, and I'll show you what I mean that they're a bit different. So, oops, let me move all this stuff away. Okay, so I have this measurement, and these measurements are, let's see, can you see them? I'll go through it together. So, I cut this paper to be 8.5, which is the regular width of the paper, by 3 3/4. 8.5 by 3 3/4. The 3 3/4 works to make this one right here. I'll explain when I do the other one. So all you do is just basically see where these X's, cut that off. So cut, 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 and I'll show you when I do this one right here. Now, right here you cut that off, and right here these things you're gonna cut the horizontal. So these are gonna be slits this way. Now, when you have a paper, you're gonna score at 3/4, 1/4, 3, 1/2, 3, 1/4, 3/4. Again, 3/4, 1/4, 3/4, half, 3. Oh wait, that's not 3/4. 3, 1/2, 3, 1/4, 3/4. Now, this side you're gonna put 2.5, which is the width, the height of the envelope. 1/4, 1 inch. Now, if you want to make the envelope a bit fatter, or the folder like this one's 1/2 inch. This one's 1 inch. Then all you have to do, the only different thing is when you cut your paper, cut it the other way instead of using the width of the regular 8.5. Cut it the other way so you can make it wider. Now you're just gonna add. So if you want this to be 1/2 inch wider, so to make it 1 inch, then you add half an inch to the end when you cut it. So instead of being 8.5, it's gonna be by 9. If you want to make it 2, so on, and so on and so on. Now, this one I wanted to make it 2. So instead, is it 2? No, I want to make it 1.5. So I have to add 1 full inch to the end of the paper. So instead of being 8.5, it's 9.5. So I hope you can see the creases. So I'm gonna cut what I have to cut. So these two rectangles right here, you cut all the way, and then the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now it kind of looks like I cut these two off right there. Now you're gonna cut this little section right here. So I cut all the way through to the crease right here, and then cut that little part because you cut that off, and then leave that. So it kind of looks like a steps. The same thing with this. Cut all the way to that corner, and cut right there. Now when you fold it, just fold all the creases. I used a paper cutter to fold, to make the creases, so they're not perfect, so I just kind of try to line it up where it has to be lined up. Okay, there we go. And then do the same thing with the other side. Again, have your scoreboard, use that's faster. Okay, so there we go. It's gonna be a wide one. Now, if you see right here, this this 1/4 inch, that's how wide the space for the pocket is gonna be. If you wanted to match this so it fits perfectly like this, see how it fits perfectly right there, then you have to actually move this scoring line, make this thing wider. So if this is 1.5, you're gonna make this half that length, that width. So 1.5, this will be 3/4. So you're gonna add another half an inch, so 3/4 right there. Yeah, so you're gonna add all 3/4, and then make sure that once you add that, you leave this one, make it longer too, if you want to have like a longer pocket. If not, it's gonna be shorter. So if you got confused with that, go back to where I'm gonna start this. Okay, so I'm gonna make a crease, I'm gonna make the other crease, and I'm gonna cut this one and that one, this one and that one. So I'm gonna cut it off. There we go. Okay, and if you do the other step I kind of explained, but I really didn't, then you'll have bigger pockets to put more stuff. If you don't, then you could easily just stuff things inside when you slide it in, but they'll fall out when they come out. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this crease right here, then this crease on this side. You see this little flap right here? That's just to, if you have, I don't know, that's like when you have bigger folders. I just kind of tend to leave it there. Now, the only place you're gonna add glue is to that last rectangle right here, this little flap right here, which is the bottom corner. You add corner on the outside. So if the folder closes this way, you add the glue on the outside, on both sides. Okay. And yes, I'm going kind of fast, so just pause it whenever you need it. So right here, we're gonna glue it down. Just try your best to glue it down. Hold it, and see that little piece in there? It's kind of stuck in there. And this is not the perfect cut because I went really fast, but it's not bad. And I should let it dry, but I'm just gonna move on to the next one. Push this in, fold it in there. And like this one, I didn't cut it right, so you could just go back and cut it the right way, or you could actually do the slanted thing that I said that I like from the box. So just fold it in there, glue, fold and glue. There we go. Now we have that, and there it goes. Okay, now see how it kind of folds all the way? It's because that 1/4 crease there, it should have been half the size of that, but it's okay, I learned. Now, I think that I measured them so I could have enough to fit here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put white, color white. So this one fits perfectly there. There we go. Now, again, make this wider. If you add If you add half an inch, add a quart, like half of that to this crease. If you don't know what I'm saying, just try it and figure it out. I should have done an example. Okay, so there's our little box. Now, for the inside, for the embellishments, you could just throw things in there. Like right here, see how big it is? That you could actually stick in some washi. And even if it's a bit snug, since I did leave a lot of space, you could leave them, you could put them there and then just put it in there and put it in there. Now, you could actually add words right here. For example, I'm gonna say right here, you can take it out and lay it a little bit flat. These are die cuts. Obviously, if you have nicer handwriting, do that. If not, you could use, I don't know, some fancy sticky letters and stuff like that. You could actually write washi. And yes, I'm just going really quick. Or you could actually put, like, grab your favorite washi and stick it there. Let's see, I really like this stripe ones. I really like the black and white stripes. Just add details to it. Just put it there. If you have something, I don't know. I'm just trying to finish this really quick so I could record it, because I am going to be busy the next few months and I wanted to record a few. So we'll see how it goes. But washis, die cuts, you could actually have one of your die cuts and cut it and glue it there so it's part of it. But yeah, so that is my little embellishment box. Embellishment box? There we go. Embellishments. Oh yeah. But yeah, look. Isn't it cute? Okay, so there's those things. Again, if you need to rewind it or stop it or all that stuff, go ahead and do that. I did produce some of these envelopes, folders, so it didn't take that long. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know anything else you want to see. I will be creating another activity or another project with wrapping paper because I'm a fan of it right now. I'm gonna use my feathered wrapping paper maybe to make a pocket letter, but we'll see. I'm recording this on a Thursday night. I do have a meeting at 8 in the morning tomorrow, so I don't think I have time to do much tomorrow, but maybe on Friday and Saturday I record a few videos that I can start posting throughout the month. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye-bye.